For the Interrobang, I'm Jack Sutton. For this week's podcast, we're talking to a now former student, Jylia Boyd. So Jylia works at the Outback Shack, so the campus restaurant and bar. Her and I actually worked there together last year. She was also on the Fanshawe soccer team last year, and she's completed like 2 programs or like a program and a half.
Program and a half.
Yeah, program and a half at Fanshawe. So she's been around, pretty involved in the campus life here. So we're going to learn more about her. So welcome, Jylia.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I woke up really late, so I'm feeling tired. But it's fine.
Okay, and you're going to be starting your shift at the Outback Shack.
Yeah, literally right after this.
Okay.
I'm gonna sprint down there and start my shift.
Yeah. So I mean, I know about the Outback Shack and our time there, but maybe some of the viewers don't know much about it. So what's it like working there?
Honestly, it's fun with all the events going on because we have like the sex toy bingo, which is like a huge hit. But like it gets really busy. Like the lines go from like all the way from the Outback all the way to like the gyms. But other than the events, it's like it's kind of boring. Like no one knows that it's around. Like people just walk past it and then don't come in. So
It's true. I think people they hear about the events because obviously those are advertised and there's posters everywhere. But in terms of just like lunch or dinner, it's never that busy.
yeah, people choose the Oasis instead. So
Which like I get it. It's Oasis.
so much easier.
It's convenient. You
Yeah.
get your food to go, but it's not exactly any cheaper.
Yeah, it's all the same stuff.
So yeah, why don't you make the case for the Outback Shack? Why should a student go to the Outback instead of Oasis?
Because we have the really big booths, and sometimes in Oasis you can't get a booth, and that sucks. And then we have music playing all the time, and you have really fun servers and bartenders.
Oh, you're bartending this year.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and there's alcohol there, so
Oh, true.
yeah,
A big positive that places like Oasis don't have.
exactly.
And I don't want to get into, advertising drinking and drinking culture on the Interrobang podcast, but it's always nice to enjoy
yeah,
a responsible cold beverage for a good price too, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so you mentioned events, things like sex toy bingo, Leafs night.
We have that tonight, actually.
Leafs night. All right.
Yeah, starts at
Okay.
7, I think.
Well, by the time everyone sees this podcast, it'll be too
Yeah.
late. But they happen regularly, right?
They kind of switching it up now because it's either we're doing karaoke and open mic nights or we do hockey games.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
So we see which one is the fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Karaoke, that's amazing. I love karaoke.
It was actually really fun.
So
There was
you've
like a
had
lot
one
of good
already?
yeah. And we had the open mic night last night, but we didn't have a good turnout. It was like 20 people showed up.
Open mic is harder, right? Than karaoke.
Yeah.
You can just get up on stage.
Yeah.
All you need to do is sing. The music's there. Open mic, you need to have some modicum of talent.
We have a lot of like comedians show up and like no one laughed.
Oh my God.
I wanted to laugh for them. Like, yay, good job.
Well, I remember comedy nights last year. So the Outback used to have comedy night once a month last year. And they would bring in like kind of local comedians or like touring comedians. And sometimes it would be so awkward because like we're there, we're serving, and there's all these tables of people barely drinking or barely like participating and just
Yeah.
not laughing. Like the awkward silences
Yeah.
when they would make some of these jokes, and some of them were just, they didn't quite land. I hated it. You're calling me on Snapchat right now.
How is that possible?
I don't know. But yeah, like it would be so awkward. It was so rare that there was a comedian that actually made people laugh.
Right.
So are they still doing that this year, like the actual comedy night?
Yeah, we had one like a week ago, and it wasn't that bad because we had like a full house, so there was like enough people to laugh. But it still was a little stale in the room. So
Yeah, it's a tough one.
yeah.
What's your favorite event that you guys do?
Ooh. I really like the comedy nights.
Okay.
I do because I find them really funny, and no one like really finds them funny, but I love it.
I love how I just spent like 5 minutes tearing down Outback Comedy Night, and it's your favorite event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when somebody is funny, it's great, especially when
Yeah.
you're working, right?
I also love it when like they make a joke and no one laughs. That makes it funnier.
Do you just like feed off the secondhand embarrassment
Yes,
kind of thing? I
yes.
hate it. Like I can't like watching something like The Office for me is
Oh,
impossible
yeah.
because I can't stand watching people do things and feeling embarrassed for
Oh.
them. So comedy night really it kind of gives me that feeling sometimes. I mean, good for them for getting up on a stage.
True,
Totally
yeah.
support it, but I do find it awkward. Sex toy bingo is another really big one.
It is.
That I mean, I think a lot of people know about it because, like you said, lines out the door.
Yes, it's honestly like crazy.
It is crazy. When I was a Dalhousie student in university, I was the host. I've probably told you. I was the host of Sex Toy Bingo there.
Oh.
For 2 years. It was a really good deal. You'd get paid $75 in cash every time you did it.
What?
You'd get like free drinks from the bar and things like that. And like we had to, my roommate and I did it. We had to order all of the sex toys every 2 weeks, and so we just always have a huge box of sex toys in our apartment.
Just just
like,
laying around.
right? People would come over, and it's like, what is that? It's always open because we're going through and looking at things, and
Yeah.
like they'd be like, why do you have this giant collection
my
of unopened
gosh.
sex toys?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just part of the job. But I love the way Crystal does it here.
Yeah.
It's
She
way
likes
different.
to like bring everyone involved.
Mm-hmm. And I find like if you're at Sex Toy Bingo here at Fanshawe and you win, you get a bingo or what have you. You go up on that stage, like Crystal is going to put you on the spot.
That is so true.
And if you give an answer that she thinks is not good enough,
Right.
not out there enough, like, yeah, she'll tell you. She's like, you're not getting a prize.
Yeah.
So like when we did it at Dalhousie, like they were so strict about like don't make anyone feel uncomfortable. Like if someone
Okay.
doesn't want to do something on stage or say something on stage, don't make them. Like safe space and all that. So it was really kind of hard sometimes because if someone we're like, okay, now we're gonna do like an animal orgasm noise contest, and be like, I don't really want to do that. We just have to say, oh, that's fine. Anyway, here's your toy.
Oh, really?
Whereas Crystal would be like,
Yeah.
get off my
Then
stage.
get off. Then get out.
So I like the freedom that she
Yeah.
has. It's a really fun event. So when you're working at the Outback, what is your biggest pet peeve for customers?
Well, okay, so last year I didn't really have this problem, but this year we have a lot of people who like to do this.
Don't do
yeah,
that.
it's really annoying. I want to like just not go over there for another hour and then circle back. But yeah, a lot of people I'm like, no,
Miss.
let's not do that.
I mean,
Yeah.
it happened a few times last year when I was there, and it's rough. I mean, here's the thing. I get it because I know that, especially in other countries, like just the etiquette around restaurants and
Right, they're
serving
all
stuff,
different.
it's really different, right? Like when I was living in Japan, like they will not come and check on you.
Really?
Yeah, you have to like put up your hand and be like sumimasen,
Oh.
and then they'll come to you when they have time. So that's just what's normal there. So I get it. Like if someone came from a country where that's what you do,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it still doesn't feel good to be on the
Yeah,
receiving
no.
end of that here. Oh. And then what about the tipping? How's the tipping here? Has it gotten better?
Yes. So like
Oh.
last year you couldn't tip on your fan card, so like majority of your tables would be fan cards, so you get like no tips. But this year you're allowed to tip on your fan card. And I feel like girl math, if it's not it feels like not your money.
It's not real money.
So
no.
people are tipping like $10 on like a $15
Wow.
bill. Yeah. So it's better.
Okay, so things have changed. Yeah, last year, like Jylia said, if someone was paying with a fan card, there wasn't an option to tip, and I'd feel really bad sometimes because I remember there was always one group of really nice girls, and they would always be like, "Go and put like a 20% tip for yourself on there," handing me their fan card, and
Yeah.
I didn't have the heart to tell them like you can't, it doesn't work like that. So I'd be like, "Okay, thank you so much," and then I'd just go swipe the card and be like,
a tear.
yeah, one singular tear. But I mean, yeah, that's really great. And are you seeing any kind of increase in tips when people pay debit or cash, or is it still kind of?
Debit and cash are all still the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really just the fan card that's like increased.
Yeah. See, last year, like I would have loved to been able to like just publicly complain about tipping, but working there, I didn't really want to want to do that, but I don't work there
Yeah.
anymore.
So you're allowed
So,
to.
Yeah, here's the thing, guys. When you're somewhere like the Outback or any restaurant, if you don't tip your server, like I get it, you don't want to spend the extra money, or maybe you just don't like tipping culture, but like at least like 5% or something, because if you don't, the server's paying.
Yes, I actually
to
forgot
serve
about
you,
that.
yeah.
We have to pay for the table because we have to tip out the kitchen and the bartender.
Yeah, and that comes from a percentage of the food a server sells. So if your table's bill is $100, then your server has to give $5 or so, depending on the restaurant, to the kitchen, and that's whether you tip or not. So like I had days where like nobody tipped.
Yeah. And then you ended up owing
Yeah, I'm like,
money
let
at
me
the
go
end.
into my wallet here so I can pay the kitchen before I leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tipping, it really does affect your server. No one's asking for a lot, but no one wants to pay to serve you. That's just my 2 cents.
No, yeah, it's true. So.
Yeah, and again, tipping's another thing where I know that like just around the world, tipping cultures vary a lot, and
Yeah.
I'm never gonna like hate somebody because they don't tip. But that
I think
tier.
I think at McDonald's, even like the fast food place, they're asking for like tips. Like,
That's just audacious.
yeah, like you're wrapping my burger. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like tipping, like if I'm sitting down somewhere,
Right.
or if somebody's like going to a lot of effort to make, like a barista, I'm like, well, you're a bartender for non-alcoholics,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna
Same
tip
thing,
you.
yeah.
You're pretty much making a drink. But yeah, McDonald's, stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
It's
Is it
excessive.
even like Uber Eats, I'm like, I definitely believe in tipping a bit, but I'm not gonna tip like 20% like I would at a restaurant.
Yeah, no.
You're
Yeah.
driving. If it's
Like,
rainy, I'll bump it up a bit or something like
'cause,
that.
like you're driving, you're listening to your own music.
But it sounds comfy. I would do it.
Yeah.
I don't drive because I'm just a passenger princess.
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I definitely agree. Okay, so you had your time at the Outback, and then you were also on the soccer team for was it, how many years were you on the
3
soccer?
years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. How does it feel to not be doing that anymore?
It sucks.
Really?
Yeah, I went to go watch the first game at the Fanshawe field, and I was just like sitting with like all the other spectators. Just like I should be on the field right now, but they're doing good, so I'm proud of them. So it's fine.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I guess even just I went to the Outback today, and I had this like similar feeling. I'm like, I should be running this.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I guess you have a lot more free time now, right?
Which is so weird because when I was in school, I don't know, I feel like reading week and like Thanksgiving was just like, I don't know, it was just like came at the appropriate time. Now that I'm not working and I have all this free time, it's like, oh my God, Thanksgiving already? Like there's reading week right now? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
it's
good.
a little different.
So how would you describe, like, for any students at Fanshawe who maybe want to get into athletics and haven't done it yet, or are kind of worried, can you kind of tell us about the experience of being on a sports team here while being a student?
Yeah, it's difficult. I know for my old coach, he was very strict on grades and attendance, and it was also like your grades have to be up and your attendance have to be up, but you have to be at practice all the time. So that was really hard. But other than that, and for games, sometimes we have games during the week, during like our classes, so we'd have to make that up during like the weekend, or like on the bus ride to the games, we'd have to do our homework. So that was really hard to like keep up with.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I have a
Yeah.
hard enough time just with like work, like a part-time job, and you did that too.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you had time for all of it. And how far would you travel for games? Like what would be like the furthest school you would go to play?
Normally, the furthest I think would be in Toronto. We played Mohawk, which I don't even know what school that is.
It's a college, I think.
Yes.
I think it's
Yeah.
Mohawk College.
Mohawk College.
Don't quote us on that.
But for a provincial, I think it was championship, we went to Ottawa.
Wow.
It was like a 6-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That was
fun though.
wild.
Had you been to Ottawa before?
No, but we didn't
Okay.
get to stay. We just like went to go play, then like immediately left.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess if
And a lot of people got car sick. There was like throwing up everywhere.
okay, was that on the way to the game or the way back?
Both.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I get car sick a lot, but I didn't throw up.
Yeah, I do too. Especially if I try and read something, I always try
Yeah.
to. I don't know why. It always ends the same.
No, because like I feel like you can't look down when you're
Mhm.
on, like in a car.
Yeah, I need to be like looking out at
Yes,
whatever's
yeah.
whatever's happening. But yeah, if you said like you just were like driving, play the game, and leave, like
Mhm.
were any of your other teammates like maybe not as good as they would be on the field because they were car sick?
Well, we did stop to get Boston pizza, and which had some very bad circumstances. A lot of people got diarrhea. So immediately, like we were already late to the game. So they had to sprint to the bathroom for like 15 minutes and then hop onto the field. We played like the first 10 minutes with like only 9 players on the field when there's supposed to be 11. So that was really bad. But other than that, it was great.
I feel like that's like a scene from like Bridesmaids
Oh my
or
gosh, I
something,
know.
but the soccer.
Yeah. It was actually really bad.
Okay, so I mean, I hope the team learned a lesson.
Yeah, no. We wanted to go to Boston Pizza again, but we're like, do you remember
You
what
wanted to
happened?
again?
Yeah.
Like, let's do that again, guys. That was fun. Oh my god. Oh. Well, I hope your teammates don't mind you sharing that story on the podcast.
Well, it's out there
It's
now.
out there now. We do have names, fake
Oh, yeah.
pictures, addresses of all
Mhm.
these people. Yeah, any videos? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you've been involved in soccer, working at the Outback, studying here. What kind of how is it balancing everything? What tips do you have for balancing all these different kind of areas of your life?
I had like a really big physical calendar and like writing down, oh, I have soccer at 7, then I have this project due tonight. Like having that written down
Okay.
for me was really helpful because I was really bad at scheduling. I like to put what was it? Like on my calendar, I put my project due on like the 15th when it was actually due on the 16th.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So I'd get it done beforehand
Okay.
and never miss a due date.
I feel like my inner self is too clever for that.
Yes, I know.
Like I can write all that I want to, like, or I can be like, okay, well, wake up in the morning and just pretend you have to be no.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, my inner demon will just be like, we know this is not due until
we have
Friday.
another 12 hours.
Do nothing. Yeah, the inner monologue, the inner fight is
Yeah.
just so bad for me. So you're one of those organized people who likes kind of visually laid out.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't do that. Every year I buy like an agenda
Mhm.
or a whiteboard calendar. Every year, the amount of money I've probably contributed to that industry, whatever it is absurd. And I'll do it for like a week,
Right.
maybe a week,
Yeah.
and then it never gets opened again.
Yeah. I've had that problem too. But I kind of just like, put it on my door
Mm-hmm.
so like it's in my face.
Okay,
So like, I have to deal with it.
I would open that door with no care in the world.
I guess.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, not today and not ever. Okay, so organization is definitely key if you want to live a balanced life while involved on campus.
Right.
What were the biggest challenges?
I would say I had a really bad attendance in school.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was gonna help myself, but I'm not going to. Yeah, but my attendance is really bad. Sometimes we would have games or practices really late, and then the next day I'd have like an 8 a.m. class, which is probably not that early, but it's really early
Yes,
for
it
me.
is.
Yeah, thank you. So I would just like tell myself, oh, I don't need to go. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, tennis was really bad, which means my grades are really bad, which means there was a part where we went to nationals one year, and it was like, you can't go unless your grades are good. And I was like right on the line. Like I had to get those grades up. So
Yeah, but you did
I did a little bit.
a little bit,
Enough
just
to
enough.
go. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard, especially when you're tired, when you have these things going on late at night or whenever really. like it can be so easy to talk yourself out of going to class. Last year I was really bad too. Like I remember at the end of second semester, our teachers put kind of like we get graded in our classes on like professionalism and attendance and things like that, which it's what it's all about. So you get the comments at the end of the year, and my teacher was like, "You missed, or you were late like 7 times, or you missed like 7 classes." I forgot which one it was. I was like, "But I still did well."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. There's more good in your head than bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. And I mean, yeah, it's bad, definitely bad to miss a class. But I always tell people, like, if you have other things going on, like you're
It
involved in things,
happens.
sometimes that's more important.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be better to graduate and say that, maybe I missed some classes, but I still did well, like
Yeah.
decently, and I was involved in this and involved in that. I mean, that's what's going to look better at the end, I think.
It's also like prioritizing your mental health to miss like a little bit of a class. Like
It's like whatever, and for notes that are probably going to be posted on FOL.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, I definitely missed some things I shouldn't have. But at the end of the day, I'm still here.
yeah, that's true.
I was going to say thriving. I'm surviving.
So I graduated, so
Exactly.
and missing a lot of classes. Don't do it, but
Yeah, but I mean, be smart about it. I think is the best way to go about it. Know what you can miss and when you can miss,
yeah.
and work with that.
Also, like talking to your classmates is like really helpful.
Yeah, right. Like when I was in university, I did so bad when I was in university. In my 4th year, I failed every single class, both
Really?
semesters. But like I didn't know anybody in my program. I had no
Oh,
friends who did
right.
the same thing that I did. And like I was just so unmotivated. And I was working like 3 jobs to try and just
Oh,
pay for things.
yeah.
I did graduate. I just went back and did what I had to do. But yeah, like when I came to Fanshawe, it's like such a like smaller programs like they have here. Like everyone
Yeah,
in
you
class.
get to like familiarize with everyone.
Yeah, and like I always knew when things were due because everyone would be talking about it.
Yeah.
So
And there's like group chats and stuff.
yeah, I was the one who made a group chat actually.
Oh,
That's still
really?
going
The
strong. I made
creator?
it. Yeah, I am the administrator of the Our Year of Journalism Instagram group.
Look at that.
Yeah, that was me. And it's still going strong, and it's like it really keeps me on top of things. Like last year when I was working at the Outback, and just I mean, remember some weeks we had like 3 or 4 events, like 11
yeah.
o'clock, midnight, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have no idea what's going on, and then I'd check the group chat, and I'd be like, aha, here we go.
Yeah. And they would tell you like all the dates. I'll just be like, hey, like, when is this due? I totally forgot. And they'd tell me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's definitely another way to help stay on top of things. But yeah, it's rough. Any regrets in your time at Fanshawe? Anything you wish you did? You already did so much, but anything that you wish you could have done?
Probably more like club stuff. Like I honestly I have no idea what other clubs there are, but like I
Me
wish I
neither.
knew.
Yeah, I mean, I know we have them because I see a lot of booths, and I've seen stuff on the FSU website. FSU website, that's where you can see all about clubs and things to get involved in. But yeah, I feel like they're not super like visible or like out in the open.
Yeah. The only thing I really know about is the fuel.
Oh.
Like the gaming room or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is open to anyone, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just like
Wait, is that like the esports gaming one?
Yeah.
Like video games and
Yeah.
stuff? I didn't even know that existed. Okay.
yeah.
So
I had
you
like
can
a whole room for
just
it.
go in and play video games?
Yeah,
Like play some
like
World of
literally
Warcraft?
anyone can do that.
Oh my god. Do you play video games?
No.
No?
But it would have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, you could always start, right? Yeah, I could see you playing some like League of Legends or something like.
Whatever that is.
I've never played it. I just know it's one of those kind of like nerdy games
Yeah.
that gamers play. Looks fun. Okay, so yeah, that's good for anyone watching. Check out the Fuel. What's it? Fuel Esports
Yeah.
Club something.
It's in J Building upstairs. It's
Okay.
literally right over there.
Oh, just
Yeah.
okay, pretty close to us right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I can't think of any other clubs that I saw that I really like thought would be interesting, but yeah, those things I find for me those are like at the bottom of the priority list. There's
Yeah.
like work. If I was athletic, I would say athletics because you're getting working out. It's good for your school, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then clubs would definitely be at the bottom. It sounds fun.
Yeah. That's probably why I didn't do any of them. So
And let's face it, would you have had time?
yeah, that's so true. I probably yeah.
Maybe this year.
Maybe.
Although I guess you have to be in classes still.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Might
too
just
bad.
enroll for the fun of it.
Yeah, right. I'd say the one thing that I want to do before I leave Fanshawe, is it even a club? They have like the rock climbing stuff.
Oh, that's
Right.
free. Let's do
Oh.
it.
Oh my god, okay, we'll do that. I don't know how I'll be horrible, like, but because last year, remember I had that wrist injury?
Oh yes.
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
better now.
Look at
It's all
that.
over. It was horrible. Could not move my wrist without pain. So I was always
you
looking
had it on
at
for
it.
like a whole year.
Yeah,
too.
it was terrible. And then one day, like I was just waiting to see a specialist, and it took forever. And then one week, it just disappeared.
The pain.
Yeah, I can move my wrist now.
What a miracle.
Things happen. But yeah, I was always looking at like that rock climbing thing. I'm like, I have never done that, but like this looks so cool that we have this.
Yeah.
And like, is there a club for that? Like,
I think you just like go in and do it.
Oh, it's not quite as cool, but yeah, like there's just
like a secret rock
right.
climbing
I
club.
don't know. Secret society, the Illuminati of the rock wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like there's so many really cool things to do on this campus that I feel like so many of us don't hear about or know about until it gets too late.
Yeah.
And you've been really involved as well, and even you don't know about like clubs
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah, lots to do. Now, so I asked you about regrets, things you wish you did. In your Fanshawe career, what is the one thing that you're like, this is the best thing I did, like what I'm most proud of?
Ooh.
Tough one, right?
Yeah. It's like tough but easy. I want to say making the Fanshawe captain, but I don't know. It seems kind of boring.
That's not boring. Okay, I didn't
No?
know you were the captain of the team.
We were like
or-
co-captains, me and this other girl.
Oh, that still counts.
Yeah.
That still counts. Okay, so let me revise my introduction. The former captain, co-captain of the Fanshawe soccer team, Jylia Boyd. That's really cool. So what did you have
Yeah.
to do to make the cut for that?
I don't know. Like pre-season, I talked to the coach and I was like, "Hey, I want to be captain." And then the start of the season, he's like, "These are our captains." I was like, "Oh, sick! I made it."
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, I think that definitely is like the clear shoe-in for like the proudest moment of Fanshawe.
Yeah. I was also there a year before, and this was like a brand new coach, so I don't think he really like knew anyone else on the team. So I was like,
Just like slid under the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's cool though.
yeah,
Yeah. Now you can be captain of the Outback,
yeah.
unless Caleb
Wait,
wants that
yeah.
title.
No.
You are the one person to go back, the one
Yeah,
server to go
I
back.
am.
Yeah.
It's been really weird though. I miss the old crew.
Yeah, we were good.
Yeah.
We were good. We didn't get your food to your table in a timely manner, but we were having fun.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And eating lots of fries.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I still do. I take them home every night. I don't know how I'm not sick of them yet.
No, there's something about that place. It's just it makes you want fries.
Yes.
I was there today, had some fries, but didn't finish it. I was like, I don't want these. But when you're working there,
No, like the fry load, there's so many that they give you for like
too
a
many.
side fry.
yeah.
Who's gonna eat all that?
The server, me, when I cleared your plate and took it out to the back, and
No,
Yeah.
someone like ate one bite of their chicken fingers and fries, and then like they were like, "Yeah, I'm done." I was
Did
like,
anybody eat it?
Jack loved
yeah,
this.
like that
No,
was
we
my
threw it out,
job.
but-
I was the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
All right. So that's all the time we have for it today. So thank you very much for coming,
No
Jylia.
problem.
It was
Thank you
great
for
to hear
having
from
me.
you. Yeah, so hopefully you learned a little something today about kind of getting involved at Fanshawe, trying different things, balancing your work life, athletics, everything. Head over to the Outback and reach out to Jylia if you just want any tips on managing all of those different responsibilities.
Yeah, I'll be there.
She's
all
always
day.
there. All right. Well, our new issue will be out. It's our mental health issue. You can pick that up from any of the newspaper stands around campus. You can check out our website and all of our socials, and you can see this episode and all our other episodes of our podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. For the Interrobang, I'm Jack Sutton.